Hey everyone, math careers, right. It's more than just crunching numbers, isn't it?
Absolutely. And this article, Unlocking Potential, it really digs into that.
It's like, how do we find the path that makes us excited? Like, really excited.
It's about more than just listing jobs.
Totally. We want to uncover what a day actually looks like in these careers, what problems you'd be solving.
And okay, yeah, everyone's curious about the salary stuff too.
Gotta be realistic, right?
Mm.
But this article also says math is like versatile and respected. What does that even mean in the job market?
Great question. It's about the thinking process math gives you.
So it's not just being a human calculator.
Right. It's problem solving, analyzing data, building models.
Whoa, hold on. Those are like HRT skills in any industry.
Exactly. Companies are looking for people who can think that way.
So it's like having a secret weapon, but it's your brain. But okay, most people think math career, they picture a teacher, right?
It's a classic for a reason.
But this article, it throws open a whole bunch of other doors.
Things you wouldn't expect.
Okay, get this. Cryptographer. Doesn't that sound like a spy movie?
Codebreaker. That's what they are, basically.
Or how about operations research analyst? I had no idea that was even a thing.
Right. It's all about making things run better.
So like secret agent or efficiency guru. Tough choices here. But break it down for me. What does a cryptographer actually do?
Okay, imagine this. You're keeping sensitive info safe online. You're building unbreakable codes, outsmarting hackers.
So basically a digital superhero. Sign me up.
See? Math can be cool.
Okay, but operations research.
Think of it like this. You're using math to solve real-world problems, traffic flow, or making healthcare better.
Wow. Math can literally save lives.
Exactly. It's about making things work smarter.
Okay, this is getting really interesting. I think it's time to dive into some specific careers.
Sounds good. Let's pick one.
How about something everyone's talking about? Data analyst.
Oh, that's a popular one for a reason.
Yeah. But what's an average day like? It can't be just spreadsheets all day, right?
It is about data, of course, but it's like being a detective.
Oh, I like that.
You're searching for clues in the numbers, helping businesses make good decisions.
So you're not just crunching numbers, you're telling a story with them.
Exactly. You need to make those numbers mean something to people.
And that's valuable. This article says data analysts are in super high demand.
Which makes sense, right? Data is everywhere these days.
Okay, but let's be honest. Everyone wants to know about the money. What can a data analyst expect to earn?
Well, starting out, you're probably looking at like 50 to 70,000 a year.
Not bad at all.
And then as you gain experience, you can easily reach 90 to 120,000, maybe even more.
Whoa. So you start as a data analyst and then maybe become a data scientist or something.
Exactly. There are so many options to grow.
Okay, that's data analysis. Now let's get a little more mysterious. We talked about actuaries earlier.
The financial fortune tellers.
Yeah, but I still don't really get what they do. Is it all insurance stuff?
It's connected to insurance and finance, definitely.
But it's more than that.
They use math to like assess risk, figure out premiums.
So they're making sure companies don't go broke.
In a nutshell, yeah. But they're also looking ahead, trying to predict what might happen.
That sounds intense.
It is. You need to be good with data, probabilities, building models.
So what kind of data are we talking about here?
It's more than just spreadsheets. Think mortality rates, accident stats, investment trends.
Wow. So they need to understand math A&D, the industries they work in.
Exactly. It's a specialized field.
Okay, but all that brain power, there's got to be a good paycheck involved, right?
Oh, yeah. Starting salaries can be anywhere from like 65 to 85,000.
Not too shabby.
And once you get certified, which means passing some tough exams, you can easily hit 100 to 140,000, maybe even more.
So it's like a clear career path, too. You can become a senior actuary or even a chief risk officer.
Exactly. If you put in the work, the rewards are definitely there.
Okay, so we've got data analysts, actuaries, but now I'm really curious about those wildcard careers we mentioned.
The cryptographer and the operations research analyst.
Yeah, they both sound so cool.
Which one are you leaning towards?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think I'm leaning towards cryptographer. The code breaker thing, it's just too cool.
All right, let's dive into the world of cryptography.
The article mentioned developing encryption systems, analyzing vulnerabilities.
It's all about protecting data.
But how does encryption actually work? I mean, the whole concept is kind of mind-boggling to me.
Think of it like this. You're turning information into a secret code. Only people with the key can read it.
Okay, that makes sense. But cryptographers actually create these codes.
Yep, they're the masterminds behind it all.
So they're constantly battling hackers, trying to stay one step ahead.
Exactly. It's a constant game of cat and mouse.
I bet that keeps things interesting. But with all that responsibility, what's the pay like?
Well, for entry-level positions, you're looking at around 70 to 90,000.
Not bad at all.
And as you gain experience, you can climb to 150 to 200,000, maybe even more.
Wow. Plus, you have the coolest job title ever. Hi, I'm a cryptographer. I break codes for a living.
Exactly. It's definitely a career that comes with some bragging rights.
All right, so we've covered data analysts, actuaries, and cryptographers. That's a pretty diverse range of careers already.
And we've only just scratched the surface. There are so many other math-related careers out there, each with its own unique challenges and rewards.
I'm starting to realize that a math degree is like a passport to a whole world of possibilities. But before we get too carried away, I think we need a quick break to process all this amazing information. We'll be back in a moment to continue our deep dive into the exciting world of math careers.
Welcome back, everyone. It seems like we've already uncovered some pretty amazing career paths.
I know, right? And it's all thanks to math.
It's incredible how a math degree can open so many doors.
Seriously, I'm starting to think that a strong math background is like a superpower these days.
I'd have to agree with you there. It's not just about the specific job, it's about the way math shapes how you think.
Right, like it's not just about formulas and equations. It's more about developing that analytical mindset.
Exactly. Critical thinking, problem solving, data analysis, those are valuable skills no matter where you end up.
So even if none of these careers we've talked about so far feel like the perfect fit, that doesn't mean all that math knowledge goes to waste.
Not at all. It's like having a secret weapon on your resume.
Employers see math degree and they're like, okay, this person can think critically.
Exactly. They know you can tackle tough challenges.
So even if you end up in a field that's not directly related to math, that foundation you built is still giving you a leg up.
You got it. You're building a mental toolkit that you can use throughout your entire career.
I love that analogy. Okay, so before we move on, this article mentions a few more careers that we haven't gotten to yet, and they might surprise you, especially considering your interest in data analysis.
Oh, you're talking about financial analysts.
Yeah. But I've always thought of financial analysts as being all about Wall Street, stocks, bonds, that whole world.
Wall Street is definitely a big part of it. But financial analysts actually work in a lot of different industries.
Really? So what do they actually do?
They help businesses make smart financial decisions. They analyze data, forecast trends, assess risk.
So they're like decoding the financial world, helping companies make sense of all those numbers.
Exactly. They're like financial detectives looking for clues in the data.
That sounds pretty interesting, actually. And with the way the business world is getting more and more complex, I bet those skills are in high demand.
Oh, absolutely.
But of course, everyone wants to know, what about the salary?
Well, for entry-level financial analysts, you're probably looking at somewhere between like 55 and 75,000 a year.
Not bad at all. And is there room for growth in that field?
Definitely.
Okay.
As you gain experience, you can move into more senior roles. Think portfolio manager or even CFO.
CFO. Wow, that's impressive.
And with those roles, you could be looking at salaries from like 120 to 200,000.
Mm.
Okay, so that's financial analyst. But this next one, it sounds like something out of a science fiction movie. Quantitative analyst, or quant for short.
Ah, yes, the quants. They're the math whizzes of the finance world.
I'm picturing someone in a dark room surrounded by computer screens, just running complex calculations all day.
You're not far off. They use some serious math. I mean, we're talking complex models and algorithms to make predictions about the market, develop trading strategies.
So they're like trying to outsmart the stock market.
In a way, yeah, but they're also managing risk for hedge funds and investment firms.
That sounds incredibly challenging.
It definitely takes a certain kind of brain. You need a strong background in probability, statistics, and programming.
It sounds like the earning potential must be pretty high in that field.
Oh, it is. Entry-level quants can earn between like 90 and 120,000 a year. And for senior roles, it can get even crazier.
How crazy are we
I
talking?
think 200 to 400,000, maybe even more. Wow, okay. So we've gone from financial detectives to mathematical wizards. It's clear that math can lead to some pretty amazing careers. But this whole deep dive, it's really opened my eyes to the variety of options out there. And there's one more path that I want to circle back to, Operations research analyst.
Ah, the efficiency experts.
Exactly. And the article describes them as optimizers, which I think is a perfect way to put it.
They're all about making things run smoothly and efficiently.
Whether it's a production line, a transportation network, or even a healthcare system.
They're like the behind-the-scenes heroes, using math to make everything work better.
I bet their skills are super valuable these days with businesses and organizations constantly under pressure to do more with less.
Absolutely. They're in high demand across a ton of industries.
So all that problem solving, it must come with a pretty decent salary, right?
Oh yeah. Starting salaries can range from like 60 to 80,000 a year.
Not bad. And as they gain experience,
They can move into leadership positions like supply chain director or even chief operations officer.
and with those roles, they're probably making.
Between 120 to 150,000 or more.
So not only are they making a real difference in the world, but they're also well compensated for it. That's awesome.
It is. Math really can take you places.
Seriously, we've gone from data analysts to code breakers to financial detectives to mathematical wizards to efficiency gurus. It's mind-blowing.
And we haven't even touched on all the ways math is being used in new fields like AI and machine learning.
It's incredible to think about all the problems out there just waiting to be solved.
The future is bright for those with strong math skills.
I'm starting to get that feeling.
Mm.
But I think we need another quick break to let all this information sink in. We'll be right back to wrap up our deep dive into the world of math careers.
Wow, so many possibilities, right? It's kind of overwhelming, but in a good way, you know?
I know what you mean. It's like math can take you anywhere.
That's what I'm realizing. It's not just about like knowing formulas. It's about a way of thinking, problem solving.
Exactly. It's a skill set that's valuable no matter what you do. So if anyone out there is listening and they like math even a little bit.
Don't let anyone box you in.
Exactly. There are so many options. This article barely scratched the surface.
It's constantly evolving too.
Mhm.
New fields popping up all the time.
It's like you could be part of shaping the future using math.
It's pretty exciting to think about.
It really is. So I guess the big takeaway is,
Don't just look for a job. Look for a problem you want to solve.
ooh, I like that. Because that's what makes work meaningful, right? Actually making a difference.
Exactly. So to everyone listening, go out there, explore, see where your math skills can take you.
The world needs your brain power. And that wraps up our deep dive into math careers. We hope you've enjoyed it, learned something new, and maybe even discovered your future calling. Thanks for listening.